know, Jeff Wittek, I'm sorry, Jeff Wittek is nobody, right? I
Like
doubt 80%
what?
of those
I'm
people
just so
knew who Jeff
confused.
Wittek and his little... Jeff Wittek
Everything is
is
so
a
confusing.
retired...
Like
I
Yeah,
think a
I'm
lot
so
of people in
confused
this
because
situation
I
in
do
general, I
recall
think
you
people
saying,
knew
sis, that
David
this girl
Dobrik's
was
circle.
weird. So I just don't understand how you
David,
let a weird girl in your house. Like, I don't get it.
she never
y'all
came
never.
to my
But the
house.
thing
She
is,
never came to my
y'all
house.
I'm
never
sorry,
had
right?
weird
I don't
friends.
understand how you
Like what the hell?
see with
Like
what
She
you
never
guys are
came to my
not
house.
living. You
She
guys are
came to
not
my
living in
hotel
real
room.
life. Like this is like you guys have had weird people in your life that you cut off
No,
eventually.
sis, I don't send
So,
strangers money. Are you crazy?
bruh, if you have,
Okay.
What are you
she
guys
wasn't
doing
a
in the same
stranger. She met
It's
her.
one
She
thing to
met
have
her
never
already.
experienced it. Listen,
Real
She
quick.
obviously said she's met her. It doesn't matter. These influencers, y'all don't understand how easy it is to get in contact with them. Like if you're a cute girl, if you're doing anything, it's so easy to get into their parties. It's so easy to get their numbers. Like, are
Okay,
you
but
guys
they didn't
okay?
say that. They kept reminding everyone in the room that they don't know her. They weren't saying any of that. They were talking down
They've
on
said
her.
that they've seen her. They've met her.
They
They know
all said,
her.
I don't know her personally. They all said
They
that. Oh
don't
yeah,
know
I
her
don't think.
personally, but they all saying
Okay,
that they've met her and that they have her number and all this. So it's like they're saying
Rude and cut you off, AK. We'll get back to your point. Ion has had their hand up for like the past 5 minutes that folks have been going back and forth. I'm just trying to make sure that like anyone who wants to speak gets heard. So after Ion, we'll go to AK and then Munatha, then whoever else wants to go up from there. Sorry
Okay.
about that.
Okay.
Okay, I just wanted a specific question for Edmund. So you said you met Sophia at SF State at like some kind of mixer or something, like sponsored by the school. I just wanted to know, like specifically, if you could, if you don't mind going into specifics of it, like which mixer, and because like I go to the school, and or if it was SF State, yeah, I just go to the school, and I just wanted to know like how you guys met up, because I know like stuff
yes.
like that happens.
Yeah, so how we met was very normal, right? She went to one of those colleges in Toronto. We all came from Ohio, one of the colleges here, and every single college went there. It was a whatever thing. Everybody linked up, right? It was just like a meeting, like a conference. And when we first met her, she was very kind. Was she someone that we necessarily knew? No, but she's someone around our age group. She's Somali, like whatever. We don't need to see her 10 friends to know she's normal. If she's kind and normal, like if she's just regular, whatever. So she was nice. She knew some of us from social media. She had maybe one mutual with us, and that's enough for her to come kick it, right? Like we came to her city. We're the outsiders in her city. So she took it upon herself to kind of show us around, whatever, show us like just be nice, And that's all it
wait,
was.
what do you mean show you around? What do you mean?
Like,
Why is she
show us
showing you?
around.
Why? What is she showing you around? Like, where is she showing
Like
you?
all of us, like me and all of our friends, like it's her city, it's Toronto. She did something with the school, I believe. Like I don't remember the exact story, but again, Somali people are very friendly, like
Oh,
multiple people were taking each other out to like eat shit like that. So she like showed us this like Somali restaurant, whatever, out there. We all ate, whatever. Like it wasn't anything like she necessarily picked up the tab and covered everyone's bill. No, like we were college students. Like there was nothing glitz and glamorous. So our first encounter was very normal, natural, just a college kind of setting, right? I didn't experience nightlife with her, didn't go out with her, none of that. Met her, I think 2 to 3 times, like that whole entire trip. We were there
wait.
for like
Does
4
she have
days.
your number by now?
Yeah, she's had my number for this whole entire time. By day 2 of meeting her, she had all of our numbers.
Oh,
Like
okay, okay.
you guys are asking
And
me,
when was this?
this was back in 2019.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so this
That
was
makes
2019.
that makes
So
sense.
you guys are asking like why she had my number if I did or not. No, like
There's
she's
a few
someone.
things in your story that are contradicting. One
Can
thing
you
you
let her
said
speak?
is
Can you
that
let her speak?
Yo,
Let her
yo,
So
speak.
I
yo,
can
she hasn't
explain
even
this.
finished the
Yeah,
because I have
timeline
a few
yet.
things that I
Like
want to
you
ask
just
much,
come
you.
man.
We
in
can mute
talking. Like,
everybody.
just be quiet.
Hold on, let me
So,
mute people
so,
because
so I think just for the like the development and for the progress of this conversation, since we're actually being able to get the full actual timeline of like how the fuck shit seems to be lining up, I think we should just let Edmund speak out to the rest of the timeline. And if she still wants to be involved with the conversation, she can be. If she wants to step down, she can as well. I thank you for just putting the energy that you've had put in it to this so far. And after she is done elaborating on the timeline of her knowing Sophia it could go to Khaleesi and whoever else next.
Okay. So you guys know that's our first encounter. The girl, she wasn't necessarily too weird. Did my friend say like and when she really likes you? Yeah. Was that a common thing back then? Yeah. Okay. All of the girls, they were hijabis, a little more quiet, reserved, things like that. I had big blonde hair and I was very loud, right? It was very easy. It's not the first time that a Somali girl was intrigued, wanted to be friends, whatever. It's okay. Um, Fast forward after that, she maybe sent me a few DMs, things like that. Okay, nothing out of the blue. She sent me the photos that we took, whatever. A year and a half go by. October of 2020, I get my first call. Hey, I saw your photos on Instagram. I'm moving out to LA, right? I'm moving out to LA and I got this PR gig and I'm working for Jeff Wittek. Mind you, this is when I believed it. Who am I to question? Okay, I don't. The fact that I find out now that she's never worked for Jeff Wittek and she met him one time and she was already obsessing over him, is that scary? Yes. Was I just a normal girl that picked up the call with no idea that she has bad motive? No. So she tells me she's moving out to LA. She's moving with this girl from Toronto, this like white girl. And later on, also knowing she moved that girl out, and that girl was homeless with her. She stole all of her money, like booked hotels, whatever. So she sells me all this stuff. Again, like I'm not necessarily impressed by it. You know, she's showing me the tour. She says the company's gonna pay half her apartment. The apartment's $6,000 a month, leaves her $3,000. Her and her girl are gonna do $1,500 each. I'm like, oh, that's a really good deal for this beautiful apartment. Kudos to you. That's nice. I'm also under the impression that this girl kind of got the okay from her mother. She's not necessarily running from home. Like I just assume things are going the normal way, like every normal girl, you know. So fast forward, um, I made the mistake, and this little Jack Harlow thing all started. Like, I don't know, I said something about Jack Harlow coming from Columbus. I told her an old ass story from 2018, and again, because she was crazy, and excuse me for saying crazy, sorry, but you give someone 30% that's not in the right headspace or in that kind of headspace, they'll add on the 70%. They can work with it if you give them a little to something they can lie off of. And I gave her that little bit, and I planted that first seed of Jack Harlow. She heard it from me, right? Jack Harlow, his friends, just knowing that they were in our area of Columbus, Kentucky, like this area over here. And before they were blown up, they were nobodies. Like we kind of knew them. So she took that information, ran with it. And I didn't even remember that I said this until like a month into it. She's telling me, Jack Harlow, it starts to craze. And I'm like, this is weird, but again, right, it's not so weird that I can log her off as a weirdo just because she has a celebrity crush that many people have right now, right? So the first incident happens. She's still quiet, and she notices, I guess, that she can't quite get my attention unless she tells me a crazy story. Maybe this is how she felt because it felt like anytime she was talking to me and I withdrew, something would happen. So it was quiet. I didn't quite keep up with like her first like beginning of her move to LA, none of that stuff. The first call I got that I can remember was the Triller fight, the TikTok fight. Like I got calls beforehand, but they weren't frequent. Like I wasn't hearing about her days. I don't know what she did with her life. I got a call about the Triller fight, and she said she met Jack Harlow, and she said, I know Idman. And she's told his friend, I know Idman. And she was like, they were like, oh, this is a story. It's a fake story. They don't know her. She goes, they go, we love Somali people. Oh, da da da. They never had a conversation at that Triller fight. And footage came out of her being a girl that was removed 4 times from that event for saying she worked PR. 4 times she was removed. And many celebrities have posted, there's videos, podcasts, like she was removed, there's footage of her being removed, like it's a real thing, it's not something that's alleged. The girl told me and everyone that she was working the event. The people there said there was a crazy girl following around celebrities that was removed. Okay, that's that story. So the Triller event wasn't real, but she came back to me and it started the Jack Harlow craze. So she said she met him, and I was like, oh, okay, who am I to question what Jack Harlow's into? Again, like I would never say like she looks a certain way, whatever, whatever. Okay, cool. You say you're with Jack Harlow, you're with Jack Harlow. I don't care enough to investigate. So she said she's going to Miami and Jack Harlow flying her. the Jack Harlow she met at the TikTok Triller fight. I'm like, okay, that's a little fast, that's a little weird, but again, I'm not like, what can I say? So she's doing all that, and then she's starting to talk about Jack Harlow like he's her boyfriend. She's telling me about this trip that she took to Miami, and this trip to Miami is the first time she ever came across Jeff Wittek and Maggie, the white girl. She met them in the Fountain Blue lobby. And Maggie befriended Sophia because she thought that she was friends with Jeff, whatever. Like they just thought that everybody was closer than they were, right? Maggie, yes, Maggie made the mistake of Sophia saying that she needed a place to stay that night after they ate dinner together, right? Obviously, Maggie thought she's friends with Jeff. Maybe that just means one night. Okay, you can come over. We just ate across the table together. Was she dumb for opening up her home to a stranger? Yes. Did she think that it was a stranger? Not really. She thought she was a little more trustable, whatever. That one night turned into Sophia overstaying her welcome by like 5 days, I believe. And she was, again, after that, stuck in the airport for about 36 hours when she had no flight. I'm getting these calls like, can you book me a flight? Can you book me a flight? I don't I didn't quite understand why someone was there for 36 hours because she's lying to me. The 36 hours she's at the airport, she never once said, "Hey, Edmund, I have no money." And the thing is, not once did she admit to having the no money. She was constantly lying, not like she had it, forget had it, that Jack Harlow is paying for it. So with confidence, if she said to me, "Hey, Edmund, I'm stuck at the airport. I have no money to book a flight," da 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 da. No, she went to Miami knowing she has no money. She's lying to herself and lying to me and everyone that Jack Harlow is sending her. She's stuck at the airport. She eventually gets her way by. This is where it's allegedly. I don't know what she did, so this is me inserting allegedly. She scammed some credit cards, whatever. She made her way back home, right? I think to myself, that was a weird situation, but again, it's just an unfortunate airport situation. Everybody has those. That was a little extreme, but again, I don't know full details. I don't care. She calls me again. Maggie's a new girl that she kind of became obsessed with, that she's updating with live updates with the Jack shit morning to night. I'm getting the calls like a little more spaced out, right? She pulls up to Columbus around that time. I don't remember, but she came for like a day. She had to go see her family out in Tennessee. She stopped by Columbus, made an excuse on why she was here, whatever, whatever. It was obviously to see me, but like, again, it's whatever. She's wants to see me. That's fine. Um, I she comes with like flowers. Like she wants to give my mom flowers because it's her first time meeting her. Again, like, is it a little much? Yes. Is it weird? Not really. It's kind, overly kind, whatever. Like nothing's out of the norm. And she gives her flowers. No, it was actually for her store opening or something like that. It was something nice though. It wasn't weird actually. So I pick her up. We go out to eat. I think I hang out with her only for a few hours. We're running errands that day also for my mom. And she leaves. She goes, she said she got a hotel room that night or something instead of staying with her family. But either way, that's it. We hung out. I don't, whatever. Um, Fast forward, right? And this is why we've only met 3 times. So she leaves Columbus. Again, I'm keeping up with her through like little phone calls, through things like that. She finally says to me, she calls me right before New York Fashion Week in September, blowing me up. My company is, and mind you, this whole entire time she's been offering me flights to fly to Miami, fly to Vegas. And my gut told me like I don't fully trust like she can get into these places. I don't have proof that her PR company, maybe she works, maybe she doesn't, maybe this is off. I don't know. I don't care to find out or travel or leave the comfort of my own home for that. Fast forward before New York Fashion Week, she calls me, "Hey, I want you to stay with me for Fashion Week. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this." And I was like, "No, like I don't want to stay with you. Like I whatever. Like I don't want to do this." Again, like was the offer nice? Yes. Did I not feel the offer 100% in my gut? No. Right. But could I accuse her of anything? No. I had no information. It was just gut feelings. But is that enough of a gut feeling to cut off someone that's very nice? No. I kept my distance. Like it wasn't, I did never consider her one of my best friends. 3 meetings. I don't think anything I did was out of the norm. Um, we get to New York. She gets to New York 2 days before us, and I noticed that she's like partying, things like that, like whatever, do your thing. she's not going home. I started to notice patterns of her just partying through the night until the morning. Whatever. Again, I'm not thinking homelessness. I'm thinking like she partied until the morning, like everybody in New York during this time. Fast forward, she's having some issues with hotels, things like that. Like, I'm not going to get into it. It's the same old stories of credit cards, issues, hotels. Again, she said that she got her credit card stolen and her ID stolen prior to Fashion Week. So I already kind of felt in my gut, this is going to be some bullshit. But again, who are you to question that someone got their shit stolen while they were lit somewhere or whatever? Fashion Week rolls by. She stays in New York a few days after us. So you would think if you didn't have any money and you were dealing with all this in New York, you would leave when the whole city is going back to their homes. She chose to stay in New York for 2 to 3 more days because she told us she's filming her Netflix series, her TV show. I'm thinking, okay. And I said to her, I said, are you sure you have money to stay? Did Netflix cover your hotel and did they give you money or anything? She has no money. She said they left me a stipend, they left me cash, and they left me the cash is in the hotel that they booked for me. I hopped on my plane thinking this girl is good. And I want you guys to understand she was constantly I was asking for reassurance like she's good, right? So she says, "Yeah, they gave me money like I'm good for all my cabs." And I was like, "Are you sure? Are you straight?" Yeah. The next day, she goes out to dinner with my makeup artist friend that she scammed, or that same night, and I whatever, they went out to dinner, she got too lit, and then she ended up crashing at that girl's home. And then again, like the girl's too kind to tell me that she crashed at her home. So I'm not connecting these dots. Nobody's updating each other on when this girl's sleeping in each other's homes. It's not very no one thinks to update each other because they think it's a one night thing. And I sat down after the rape, all of this rape stuff's happening. I'm getting nonstop calls. I'm getting all of this. And I was like, this is actually crazy. I would like to sit down and think about everything this girl's told me, then actually process this and sit down with all of the characters in her life that I've never spoken to on that level, right? I've talked to Ricky and Denzel in passing on FaceTime, shit like that. But as far as ever talking to them about Sophia and life in LA, I'm in Ohio. I've never asked. I've only heard her side of the story. When I sat down and I talked to everyone, and their stories are so crazy. She was telling them things like, I'm best friends with Jack Harlow. Like, we talk every day. She's faking phone call conversation with Jeff Wittek. She's faking conversation with Jack. Text threads that she's sending all of us to believe her conversation. She's texting herself. It's it's like we got. Like, that's it. We're all not necessarily overly nice. We were just nice to someone that's overly nice. She's so kind.
I
Like,
don't
you
know if
guys
you know
taught
this,
her.
but there's a theory going around that you guys are actually working together. Is that true?
Where's my cut? Where's my lavish lifestyle?
Where did you even hear that? Like, it just sounds so juvenile and stupid. I don't get it.
What?
Like, this
And the
rumor that you guys
others.
work together. Like, what the hell? Where did that even come from?
That's very dumb.
It's
And no, I
stupid.
wouldn't work together and then out myself and her. That's dumb. Like, that doesn't make sense.
I have a question. When you guys would go out to eat and stuff, how would she pay? Like, did she have a card? Would you guys pay for
She
her?
never had. So like the thing is also like I gathered like when she never had a card. The thing is when she came to my city, I picked up the tab because you're in Columbus, Ohio. Again, like I can pick up a tab. We're Somali. Like it shouldn't be a big like thing, right? When again I only met her 3 times. Well, the first time I met her in Toronto, I don't even remember who picked up the tab. We were college kids. That was one time. 2 times we went out to eat. The second time was in Columbus, Ohio. I can pick up a tab. She's in my city. It's weird if she picks up a tab. She's also from wherever. And New York Fashion Week, we didn't even see each other enough to like sit down and sit across a meal. I don't even think we sat across a meal. Like I was doing my own thing. See each other in passing. We see each other for like a party or something. She had her own parties. I had my own parties. If she wanted to invite us to a certain thing, we would see her. She stopped by my hotel one of the nights. I like put her hair half up. I gave her some clothes. She would just stop by like the hotels where whatever wherever she was staying or not staying. She would find a way to stop by.
I have a
And then she
question.
stole my shit.
I have a question. So you said that you met her 2019 and 2020 she DM'd you on Instagram. Why would she message you on Instagram if she had your number from
No, she
2019?
called me October 2020 after I posted an Instagram photo. She called me to inform me that she's moving to LA and she was talking about how I need to get into influencing and She was talking really fast. I don't know. She's
Yeah,
talking about.
but going off of her calling you and talking about how she does PR and all that stuff, and she told you that she was talking to Jeff, you literally said before that you didn't know who Jeff was, so you just believed it?
She
That
said Jeff
doesn't.
Wittek. She said Jeff
Yes, you do
Wittek.
know who Jeff was, but you said that you don't even know who he was when we
Jeff is a
literally brought up the
nobody.
fact that.
Jeff, when I say Jeff is not a big name, no, to
But
every Somali
Jeff
person.
still
Jeff
had
is
allegations
3.3
against
million
him.
subscribers on
Yeah,
YouTube. I
Jeff
just looked at that
still
white guy.
has allegations against him, and you still stood in that room
I was not
while
aware
he
of those
was.
allegations. Is it okay to not be aware of allegations? Yes or no?
Yeah,
Like,
yes, it's okay to not be aware of allegations. You're right. You're right about that aspect. Can I just
yeah,
ask
I
you one
was
question,
unaware.
Isman?
I can say, did I don't know. I don't keep up with YouTuber. If it
Yeah,
was
I
a
know.
headline,
That's
yes.
fine. No one knows that white guy either. That's acceptable. That's fine.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. But as far as
But
when
do you
she
not think
first
it's
called me and
wrong?
she said Jeff Wittek, no, when she first called me, she said Jeff Wittek. Obviously, she sent me the Instagram. She said, "Do you remember David Dobrik Vlog Squad?" It wasn't a household name. I didn't think to myself, "Oh, okay." She said, "The guy, remember?" Da 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 da. I'm like, "Oh, okay. I remember watching David Dobrik back in the day." I'm not dumb, but I'm not so deep into YouTube and TikTok and whatever like the bullshit like
I have a
influencers in a
question.
way.
What were you thinking when somebody that you met over a year ago just randomly called you and told you they're moving to your country? Like,
Honestly, like I'm gonna have to like intervene it real quick, Khaleesi. I don't think that's like genuinely a fair question. Just primarily like I'm only gonna speak like about me and my own experiences. Like there be times where like I go out and about, I'll meet someone, we might like we'll exchange contact info or whatever. Like Idman is not in any type of control of when Sophia could hit her up or stuff like that, and it's like if y'all are gonna try to like comfort her for like picking up that phone call, that's just kind of weird because like do y'all not pick up just random numbers and things like that? So that aside, I just wanted to ask real quick if there's anything left to the timeline or anything left that you wanted to keep adding in, Idmin. If not, we could possibly go on to like another topic or another aspect of this.
It's kind of like you're interrogating her, like she did something wrong. Like I don't understand
Oh
that
no,
vibe.
I'm not. I'm not
Not
necessarily
you, but like
the
I
issue
get
It
the
is
is.
questions
I
that
mean,
that you're
it is a
asking her.
certain
They just
level of
don't sound.
interrogation. I looked
it's
at my
not
phone
necessarily
and
what
I see
Idman done.
Idman
It's what her friends
exposed.
done.
Oh,
That's
No,
the
but
main
it's like the
issue.
way you're speaking to her as if
So
she did something wrong. I
she's
don't
not
get it.
accountable for that.
I
It's
my
like the way
Okay.
that
my
you're asking her questions.
I
No,
didn't
I
ask
mean,
any questions that were weird. I heard in the other space Idman say that because Ricky asked you, oh, why did you give her free clothes? And you were like, yeah, I gave her free clothes. I dolled her up because she was being nice to me. She's a nice girl and she was getting me into places as well, like letting me go to this show, letting me go to there, here and there.
That's fine.
yes,
That's what
Clearly, she
friends
has
do. They
I
give each other
everything.
clothes.
It
You
just
know, they
doesn't make
go
sense how this
places
yes.
girl's
together.
homeless at the same
No,
time,
no,
but
But
it
she
she
said
also
wasn't
that's
has
not her
business
friend.
transactional.
back
Can I
accesses as
talk?
well.
Can I talk? Can I talk?
Yeah, 100% go on.
Okay, if we wanted to talk about it like a transactional friendship, right? If we were to map out what I did for her and what she did for me, maybe got me into one or two parties, right? That were additions to my night. Did I need those parties? Were they life or death? No, a party's never fucking life or death, right? If you map out all the Ubers and all the sticky situations and all the emotional help that everything that I helped her through, and I didn't have problems. When you're dealing with people that constantly have problems, you don't get time to tell them about your problems. And I didn't care to tell her about my problems. Like I was so overwhelmed with everything that she was hitting me with nonstop. And you guys are saying if I was dealing with all this crazy stuff, why I didn't end it. Through this whole timeline, there was a gap where everything was sped up back to back craziness. And when I had my breaking point after this sexual assault story, I said enough is enough. The red flags started to appear when it was just back to back madness. And that's when red flags, that's when people have their breaking point and they're done. The rest of the red flags are very spaced out. From my first time meeting her, small innocent red flags, to other red flags where things aren't checking out, but I'm not talking to her back to back to back every single day, morning to night, with live updates and this and that. And am I guilty for listening to some of these phone calls just out of pure interest of celebrity drama and shit like that? Yeah, this girl made shit sound so glamorous. I'm in Ohio. I'm answering these calls. She's telling about her crazy nights, right? Like anyone would, you would answer these calls. They're just pure entertainment. It's very innocent, mindless. But right when I noticed shit going left and I noticed I was feeling drained and I was gave everything that I could give right? And I already cut her off financially. Like, I wasn't enabling all of this. And I noticed, I put everything together, realized she's homeless, realized all of this, realized she lied to her family, like whatever family issues, this or that. I said, this is out of my hands. Like, I can't do this anymore. But it wasn't only that, it was the fact that she was telling everyone I was her best friend, right? I was doing these nice things, but for you to do all of these awful things and say I'm your best friend and make me look bad, I can't go. We're in the same creative industry. Like, I can't do that. I haven't even made it yet, and you want to burn out my name? No, like, that's where
Okay.
you draw the line.
People are DMing me saying that apparently you were posted up with her on her social media, acting like you guys were the bestest friends.
Look at my social media and look at her social media. Again, this is a sick girl we're dealing with, right? So she had me in her highlights, and I remember my friend saying, "Wow, like she's actually obsessed with you." And I thought, this is just an eager girl happy to be friends with me.
Wait, so do you consider you guys ever being genuine friends ever?
Yes, I genuinely do. I saw that girl as a friend. I will never say that wasn't a friend. What was she then? I would be nuts to say that wasn't a friend. Close friends, as close as she thought in her head. No, she was calling me her best friend. How can I call someone my best friend I've met 3 times that brought nothing but hell into my life? Was she a friend at one point? Yes, before the madness.
I think personally you're not responsible because at the end of the day you're not LB. You're not responsible for her
Oh,
actions, and you're not Denzel or what's his name, Ricky, because they're the ones with the
guys,
influence
I
talking
have a
shit.
few questions. Can I speak? Because I've been
Yeah.
waiting forever to speak. Man, Abaya, I just want to say, like, your story doesn't add up. You're saying that you guys were genuine friends, but you're letting your other friends claim that she's obsessed with you, and that
Because
you.
there were red flags. If you were my best friend and you saw this new friend that I have is obsessed with me, and it's
But
not
I
your
thought you only
first
knew
time
her for
seeing
three
girls
times. You
obsessed.
only met her 3 times. So how do you know so much
But
about
you
her?
said you met her 3 times, and you did all of these favors for her out of the kindness of your heart. It's to their
Also,
own.
when was
Everybody
the
goes.
flag red exactly? Was it when she was
Can
homeless?
I
When
finish
she was
speaking?
obsessed with you?
What did you say?
Well, what I was gonna say was, like, you said you have a kind heart and you did all of these things for her after meeting her 3 times. That's your personal issue. The whole issue is, if she finessed you, she didn't finesse you guys. You guys willingly gave her money, hoping off the fact that she
I
will.
never said she finessed me.
Well,
So one thing I
that
never
is what
said,
you've
and
No,
been
but that's
retweeting.
what
I
the
That's
said
what
others
you
are
we
guys
met
have
saying.
all been
financially.
saying. Let me finish,
No,
and then you can answer everything. Um, she didn't finesse you guys. You guys willingly gave her money, clothes, and booked tickets for her to do all of this off the fact that she will hopefully pay you guys back. She didn't pay you guys back. Catch the L and charge it to the game. It's the whole fact that you guys went on social media. If this was really, she took millions of dollars or whatever you guys claim, why are you not going to the police? Like, this is,
Yes,
why
and
is
was
Twitter the
she
also
courtroom?
she
focused?
put
Are
those
you
white
missing?
girls on. From what I
And
Are
heard,
you
why
she
is
put
missing
those
Twitter
the
the
white
point
girls
with
courtroom?
on.
hers?
And on top of
Sorry.
that, you guys, the fucking blue tick community, shout out to the ones that weren't involved in that, but you guys made a whole chat room to talk down about this girl, and you guys are calling her batshit crazy. You guys are not fucking doctors. Why are you guys generalizing and saying that she's crazy because she did this and this to you guys? But you guys
And why is
allowed her.
LB
You
dropping
guys
her pics
allowed
like she's
her
a
to
criminal?
get that close to you and do that to you. If somebody
Have you
saying
never
to you,
called someone batshit crazy that's wronged you?
no, I haven't.
Bro, batshit crazy. That's
No,
not the
I
issue.
haven't.
The
If
issue
somebody,
is that
if I let somebody do something to me more than twice, first of all, shame on, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, then shame's on me. And if you keep getting her rides and giving her clothes and all of this shit, and there's all these red flags, why are you not accepting the red flags? And then all of a sudden, all you guys are getting on social media, playing victim, dragging her and shit. Bro, just catch the L and keep it pushing. I don't understand as to
This wasn't
why
a
you
normal
guys are
L. These
making
were our
group chats
names dragged through the
laughing
mud.
about her claiming she got raped. If she got raped or she didn't, that's her personal business. But why are you guys all kidding, ha-haing about her getting raped and allowing these white men and fucking
The
white
thing is,
white
nobody
people
would hop
speak
online.
shit. No, let me finish. Speak shit about her and drag her down and say she's ghetto and all of this bullshit. You guys don't keep the same energy when these influencers and blue tick people do shit like this to people, or even worse. You guys been having fucking chat groups about James Charles, Nikita Dragon, but you guys are allowing Nikita Dragon
bro,
to be out
because
here
they know she has no social
tweeting all this
currency.
shit. Like,
She has
I
no
don't
social
understand.
currency. That's
She
why.
finessed you guys. Catch the L and keep it pushing.
She
But
didn't finesse
Guys,
anyone.
listen.
but she
Excuse
didn't
me,
finesse.
Edmund and
excuse me,
Jeff
That's what
gave
I'm
her
saying. She
money
didn't finesse
willingly.
anyone. If you willingly gave somebody money,
Yo, you
hoping off the
can't. That's
fact
not
that
finessing.
hoping off the fact that they will pay you back, that's your personal issue.
No, and
It's
nobody
not.
had
The
problems
thing is,
giving
guys.
Sophia money until they found out she was poor. When everyone thought she
Okay.
was rich and had
and
connections,
it's the
giving her
elitism
clothes
for
and
me
Oh,
rides
because
so
you
wasn't a
guys are
that's
the same
problem.
level basically as
that's
well.
the thing.
Sorry.
You guys gave her all of this shit and allowed her to be close to you, hoping off the fact that whatever lie she was telling you guys, that she is this major person, will get you guys somewhere. It was trying
Yeah.
to,
Bro,
you guys were
it
trying
did
to
get
use
them
her as
somewhere. It
much
gave
as she
them
was
You
back
think
trying to
we
use
the
you
you
guys.
think
A1
we
New
needed
York
Let
her?
me
You
letters.
think
think.
we needed
You
her?
guys were trying to use her
You
as
said
much
it
as she
yourself
was
that
using
she
you
got you
guys,
into parties and
and
that she
she
got you
kept
into
you
stuff.
guys. Keep it pushing. You guys were trying to use her as much as she was using you guys. You guys
Yeah,
were
Wait,
doing
also,
all of
wait,
this
honestly.
can I
shit for
say
So
free.
something?
what
One
did
second,
she?
guys.
What
Everyone
did
is
she
just
benefit
mad
these
because Sophia
A-listers?
is not rich. She's
No,
a poor
let
girl
me
from Canada. That's why
let's
they're
make
mad.
one thing clear. Yeah, like I've been listening to this all of this shit. Nobody's doing nothing out of the kindness of their heart, babes. Everybody's got an intention for something, and you guys were all doing all of this shit for her because you guys believed her lies that she was
A Netflix producer or
going to
something.
what's it called,
That
going
she had
to,
connections
yeah,
as
you
well
guys
because
said she had
also
Yeah.
connections and
Maggie,
stuff. That's what you said.
When
yeah,
people
also
put two and two together
sorry.
and realize she didn't know anybody and she wasn't rich, now everyone's saying she scammed them when you
Exactly.
guys gave
Also,
her money
that white girl
willingly.
Maggie originally said as well. Maggie
Mm-hmm.
originally said that she got me into Coachella. She gave me all the back passes. Don't know how she did it, but she did it. That's why she let her stay for free. At the end of the day, this is a transactional relationship. You guys are all in the
You
same
sound
industry.
dumb. Do you know
You're
who
all
Maggie
benefiting
is?
off of each other. Yes, she scammed you guys, but at the end of the day, it's not that deep. The issue with the sexual allegation is wrong. It's disgusting. But at the end of the day, that guy came up into a space, and so many others were DMing stories with 18,000 people. We don't even know if it was fake. We don't even know if it was verified. It was a disgusting way it was handled. You brought up the Jack Harlow situation. You were like, oh, I feel sorry for Jack's situation. At the end of the day, Sophia has no influence. Sophia is a normal girl. We don't know. We do not. At the end of the day, we do not know who Sophia is. But do you know who I do know who is? Ricky and Denzel. So Ricky and Denzel can't come up and kiki and chit chat about a whole person with all these allegations, because if it was someone with the same social currency as them, I'm telling you, they would have a YouTube video, carefully edited, reviewed multiple times with all the receipts. They're not gonna do it to someone who's disposable and just they can throw out.
Not you
And
guys
that's the
trying to
issue.
drag me because apparently I defended Sophia. I didn't defend Sophia. I just said what was like what I thought was right. Like that's my opinion. Like I'm not saying she's right as in she stole money from you guys and she did all of this to you guys and she's been doing all this fuck shit to people. She's fucked up for that. Like, but
Is it okay if I
like
say something quickly?
everybody's got an
But
Hold
also,
issue,
on.
there's a lot
right?
of trolls that were DMing
Hold
her.
Listen,
on.
I'm gonna
Also
leave. No,
Denzel
listen.
originally didn't join the chat. I was there from the beginning. Denzel didn't join. No, Denzel did. Ricky didn't join. He didn't want to talk about the sexual allegation because he knew it was wrong to bring it up. But as soon as everyone started laughing, he felt encouraged to then go up and join the stage. That's it. End of the
Hold
day,
on. Hold on. Hold on.
I'm not sticking up for her because she's Somali.
Hold
I'm
on.
sticking up for her because I can see it's a bunch of influencers with a bunch of clout, a bunch of people who are on micro influences. So I'd say there's Denzel and there's Ricky. They're like the major influencers. They're the one with all the influence. Then
All
there's
right.
micro
Is it okay if I
influencers
quickly say
like
something? I'm
Susie,
actually gonna hop off.
Maggie, and
Hold
Idman.
on.
I'm gonna include
Hold
you
on.
in this
Hold
as
on.
well. Don't get
Can you let?
offended.
Hold on.
Who were eating
Can
off
you
the
wait?
reservoir.
One sec.
You guys are all
Real quick, y'all. Real quick. Let Arue get her point out real quick, and we can go back to what was your ad again? Addy Batty, and to whoever else was next. Sorry to interrupt. So, since all of this has blown up